That's why we're best friends. Probably.
Yeah, we actually first met in a library.
This is true.
We did. We did. In junior high.
Hi, everyone.
Hey, guys. What's up? I am Wonton Cloud.
I'm Bryn Zucker.
What? Coming back at you with PAWL Nation, Pro Amateur Writing Life, week 9. I believe this is week 9 update.
PAWL Nation.
PAWL Nation. So, Bryn, what are we going to talk about today?
Today, we're going to talk about what we worked on this week, which was beta readers.
It's the funnest part out of the whole challenge, let's be honest.
It was pretty fun.
Also the easiest for us because we kind of cheated, but that's what we'll talk to you guys about today. How to find beta readers.
So first we want to mention, and we've talked about this before, it is so smart to go to conferences and just be you. Be yourself, your author awesomeness, and talk to people. You have to do it. just go to people and open your mouth and just, I like to compliment people on stuff.
Yeah, good stuff. Writing stuff. Because, you can go to any conference, but this is a writing conference. It's where you meet other writers like yourself. That's how we found our beta readers. Cheat. There's a specific panel for...
I don't think it's cheating.
I mean, it's a cheat. There are other ways that we will talk about, but this is the easiest way because you meet them face to face. You talk to them and see what they want to do with their writing, what you want to do with your writing, and then you collaborate.
One thing that we worked on, because we both went to the conference, we decided to go to different writing meetups, but the one that really stuck was the one that Wonton went to. I just jumped on with her, so... Yay.
True. Technically, it's called the Sci-Fi Writing Group, but we just kind of put on writing there and everyone reads it. So, if everyone's really flex like that, make it flex.
Totally.
Other ways to find beta readers, which may or may not be hard or easy, depends on you, really. One is a Facebook group. Honestly, there's tons of Facebook groups on Facebook. I checked, of course, there's a million. Because there's over 1 million users. But there's a lot of people who are looking for beta readers. You can join their groups and be like, hey, read my stuff, I'll read your stuff. You can talk with each other. Social media. Very easy way to find your betas.
So true. Also, using your family.
Yeah, super easy.
Yes, especially if they love you. Not all of mine do. At least maybe they do a little bit, but not enough to read. I have a brother who told me that he will not read my books, ever. He will only read magazines that are sports related and things that are really, really important to his entire family, which I'm just one part of that.
Funny story, honestly speaking. But yeah, family is a great resource. There's sometimes on the app Meetup, I think. There's a lot of just writer meetups on there. You can meet fellow writers, get their email addresses, or when you talk to people every day in your everyday life, in your English writing classes, and anything else, your job as well. You just be like, hey, I'm writing something, and someone else they will say, I'm writing something too. And you're like, will you read my stuff? And then they're like, oh, yeah, sure, if you'll read my stuff. And that's how your group begins to form. Pretty easy, actually.
It's really fun when you just talk about writing and talk about what you're doing. And I found up to 3 other people just randomly that I didn't realize were writers or wanting to be writers, that once I talked about what I did, they were like, oh, I do that too, or I'm really interested in doing this, but I haven't tried it yet. That I've opened so many amazing stories due to that because they shared what they had. So always be willing to talk about how you like to write because that'll draw others.
It's like the law of attraction. You attract what you are. And if you're a writer, you begin to attract other writers. See, I'm a writer, she's a writer, we're best friends. That's the way it works.
That's why we're best friends. Probably.
Yeah, we actually first met in a library.
This is true.
We did. We did. In junior high.
If you want to know how nerdy we were, we literally would spend lunchtime in libraries throughout junior high to like graduating high school every day.
It was great. Loved it. And the librarians, they all knew me by name. I knew who they were, and they all loved me.
I sometimes got in trouble for eating in the library.
She did. I was like, you should have just ate before you came here.
I had different class schedules. I didn't even. Anyway.
I was just saying.
I still wanted to hang out, but I had different class schedules.
I was just saying. It's all good. And that's how to find betas. If you guys want us as your betas, leave like a comment, join the book club, which we're talking about very soon.
Yes, book club. Ooh.
Also email us. And the book club.
Book club.
This is the right way. It is still The Alchemist by Paulo Coelho, and by now you guys may have already read through it. By now. You can ask Rin. I know she's currently reading it.
Okay, so this is the anniversary version. So there's a part in the very beginning about the author, and I just wanted to share it real quick. So the first time that it was published, it sold like one copy. And that was a while into it. And then he went back and checked again, and it sold 2 copies. It was the same person who bought the first one. So the publishing company just dropped him. It wasn't until later that it got a second chance, and now it's known throughout the whole world. Ah, I love it.
Translated in many different languages, and if English is not yours, it's probably in your language.
Probably.
Just saying. I've checked. You'll probably get the Japanese version and the Korean version.
Ooh.
Just also saying that as well.
Nice.
Oh yes, join the book club.
Book club.
We'll talk more about this. Ren will share her thoughts that she just shared, as well as like any other insights. Because it's fun. Talking about books is as fun as talking about writing, because it's all basically the same thing. Just that books
Stories
are written. Writing is a process. Stories.
So next we want to talk about the challenge we're going to be doing next time.
What?
It'll be book covers.
It is.
We're kind of dividing it a little bit. So publishing with a publishing company and book covers there. And I wanted to share some examples next week with that. A couple different books where the cover was just not the greatest. And it got revamped when they realized how popular the book is. So I'll share some of those next week.
And I'm doing the self-publishing route. I've got like 1 million examples, and some are good, some are not. So
We're not going to share all of them.
definitely not, because I
million?
don't. If I could share one example a second, I would still not have enough minutes to tell you. My breath would run out way before the end. So there's that.
Voice gets all hoarse.
So, real quick, we just wanted to say that next week is also another writing conference. All the way up north of the state.
Yeah,
And
it's going to be quite the drive.
it's going to be a drive. But you know, worth the challenge. There's also a theme park up there, so people make that drive all the time.
True.
This one should be worth it. I've signed up to try 3 pitch sessions. Some parts of the week where we talked about query letters and contests can't apply. Just saying.
Should probably talk about it when
We come back. We will still have a video next week, just so you guys know. Even though the conference is on the Saturday.
we might do it a little bit later than normal.
Yeah. But another way to like collaborate, find new people who have similar interests, or find the same people, honestly, because I do expect to see a lot of the same people who were at the last writing conference at this one. There's not a lot of conferences where we live for writers to gather together.
I feel like one day I'll probably go to California and see one of the big ones and try my hand at that.
That'll be an interesting adventure, and I would love to hear from her how that works. That'd be great.
And now it's story time with Once on Cloud.
It's me! So, time to tell a story. If you guys follow me on Instagram, which it's just WC_writes, you'll see that I'm doing a daily challenge right now on like writing flash fiction, 300, 500 words. But I actually did one that was under 300 words, which I was pretty proud of myself. It's one of my more liked ones. This week, there's a certain theme going along. I'm not going to tell you what it is because it's kind of obvious, but you know, you guys can read it. My sister read everything in like 10 minutes because it's only like 500 words or less each story, so it's pretty easy. And like the trend that I've been noticing is that I'm leaning towards kind of like horror in all of my writing, which is very interesting. Story I didn't share with you guys about the last writers conference is that the very first writing group that I went to, which is why it relates to this video, was actually the horror writer meetup. Anyway, and I wasn't gonna go until I went to a different panel that was made by like an author I really respect, and he was like, go to as many different writer meetups as possible, like get into as many genres as possible, that way your writing becomes better because you understand how that genre works. So I was like, okay, fine. So then I go in there and I don't know what to say, so then when everyone asks me like what I write, it just comes out, you know? I don't even know how it happened. It's just like inspiration and my mouth working at the same time. But yeah, so I actually write horror as well. Just so you know. And that's the end of my story time. What? So, with that, me and Rin, who's coming back into frame, just want to say thanks for watching, guys.
Yes, like a video if you'd like to. Comment, we'll write back to you.
And subscribe. Hitting that bell notification to know when we next upload. And please, please, please follow along with the challenge on your own because you can publish in 90 days.
Yes, you can.
So we'll see you guys next time.